A sigh, distant piano music, the faint scent of dust motes in sunlight. A gentle, almost breathy voice begins. Oh, darling, you wouldn't believe, you simply wouldn't. It's the sort of thing one reads about in, well, not good novels, but those terribly gothic penny dreadfuls. The kind Mama used to forbid, but it happened to me, and it's quite unraveling me, really. You see, I had such expectations, such towering, glittering expectations. You'd think, wouldn't you, that selecting a university would be an exercise in discerning excellence? A careful weighing of academic prestige, a perusal of faculty credentials, a considered appraisal of campus amenities. How delightfully naive I was. I, raised on Pushkin and the whispered stories of old Odessa, believed in meritocracy. A foolish girl, truly. It's almost quaint in retrospect. I mean the brochures, oh the brochures, Bath Spa University Bath, presented as some sort of pastoral idyll. Rolling hills, honey-colored stone, an ambience of creative ferment. It smelled of roses in the photos, didn't he, you know? It all shimmered with promise, truly. They promised a haven for minds like mine. Delicate, seeking, endlessly hungry. A place where burgeoning artistry would bloom. The reality, though, it smelled rather powerfully of, well, let us be charitable and call it agricultural byproducts. You remember those collective farm smells from back home, Anya? The thick, cloying odor of manure, clinging to everything like a persistent regret. It was that, only perpetually simmering in the background. A constant, low-grade assault on the sensibilities. And the location, positively inaccessible. One imagines a university should be reachable, situated within a reasonable distance of civilization. But no. This place required a pilgrimage, a carefully coordinated shuttle system that seemingly catered only to those residing within the immediate vicinity of Bath itself. If you dared to live anywhere else in any of the charming, but regrettably remote, villages that dotted the surrounding countryside, well, you were simply out of luck. It's like they wanted to isolate us, a sort of soft imprisonment, don't you agree? And the people. Oh, my dears, the people, the faculty specifically, such carefully cultivated aloofness. Such a delicate yet pervasive air of intellectual superiority. It wasn't a natural confidence, you see. It felt brittle, like they were perpetually attempting to validate their own expertise by subtly diminishing yours. It's a peculiar defense mechanism, really. A sign of deep insecurity, I believe. My grandmother, bless her soul, would have said they had small hearts. A profoundly accurate assessment as it transpired. They went on strike, you know. Constantly, every other week, it seemed. Disrupting lectures, derailing schedules, generally wreaking havoc upon our carefully constructed academic calendars. Apparently, they felt chronically underappreciated, which is ironic given that we were, you know, paying them a rather substantial sum, all things considered. It's a bit like ordering a soufflé and having the chef refuse to bake it. And then there were the cafeterias. Oh, the cafeterias. A stark and rather pointed illustration of the university's deeply ingrained class system. There was one, you see, for the more affluent students, where a simple sausage roll could set you back approximately £5. £5, darling, for a sausage roll. I nearly fainted. It was all gleaming marble, polished silver, and exquisitely presented salads. A veritable paradise of gastronomic indulgence. But then, just a few steps away, lurked the other one. The people's cafeteria, I suppose one could call it. A dimly lit, soul-crushing space where one could procure a plate of, well, let us just say it bore a passing resemblance to food. Old pizza, slightly damp lettuce, and a general air of existential despair. It was the kind of place where dreams went to die, Anya, absolutely ghastly. The G. Rounds, aesthetically pleasing as they were, suffered from a rather canine-centric issue. Dog walkers, it appeared, believed the campus to be an extension of their personal lavatory. And the owners, bless their hearts, would then dutifully chronicle their dog's lovely walk with a 5-star review. Absolutely bizarre, the sheer audacity, but the real horror.
Script content, Bath Spa University area. You know it's supposed to be so nice. Tourists come, it's pretty. But like some people just want to ruin it. I was looking into scams here, and it's just sad. Tourists thinking they race safe, but no. First, shops near Bath Spa University, Bath. Some of them, they trick you. Like this one time, a souvenir shop had fake local handmade stuff, but it was just cheap things from somewhere else. marked up so much. A tourist probably bought a little statue, thinking it was special, but it was just plastic. You know, and they paid like 30 for something worth 2. What happens next? They go home, realize they got scammed, feel stupid, but like it's not their fault. The shop just keeps doing it because tourists come and go, and no one stops them. Then there's restaurants near Bath Spa University, Bath O. This one place added service charge automatically, but the menu didn't he say it. A tourist paid, didn't he notice, left, and only saw later on their bank statement. And the restaurant probably just keeps doing it because who checks every little thing? They just take the money, and the tourist, they feel cheated, but what can they do? They already gone. And taxis, taxis near Bath Spa University, Bath. Some drivers take the long way on purpose, you know. A tourist gets in, says take me to the city center, and the driver goes in circles. The meter goes up, 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 and the tourist pays, not knowing. Later, they find out the ride should have been 10, not 25. The driver probably does it every day because tourists don't know the streets. It's just why. Why do this? People come here to see the university, the city, and they get scammed instead. It's not fair. You work hard, save money, and then someone just takes it. And the worst part, the scammers keep doing it because no one stops them. Tourists leave, new ones come, and the cycle just continues. End script.
Okay, here's the intro music, a melancholic piano piece with a hint of unease. It's a difficult thing, isn't it? To approach a place with hope, a sense of possibility, and then find it lacking. My task today is to outline what one can generally expect from the businesses clustered around Bath Spa University. And, truthfully, it's a landscape painted in shades of disappointment. I've sifted through accounts, stories, fragments of experiences, and what emerges is a portrait of an area that feels unfinished. A place where potential is routinely squandered, and the visitor is often treated as an inconvenience or worse. It's a little like expecting a perfectly brewed cup of tea and being handed lukewarm dishwater. It doesn't actively ruin your day, but it leaves a lingering, unsettling aftertaste. Let's begin. The first thing you'll notice, if these reviews are anything to go by, is a systemic issue with basic functionality. Across the board, establishments struggle with the fundamentals. Take, for example, SouthGate Bath. This isn't merely a shopping center, it's a labyrinth of frustration. People report issues with parking, specifically the new camera system seemingly unable to recognize its own patrons. Imagine the anxiety you've paid. You think you've paid, but the barrier doesn't lift. Trapped in a concrete basement, waiting for a human to intervene, it feels less like a modern convenience and more like a low-budget horror film. And the removal of pay by app, a calculated move apparently to increase profit, leaving regular users stranded in queues. It's a quiet kind of hostility, isn't it? A deliberate making difficult. Then there's the recklessness. Accounts of drivers mowing down pedestrians, followed by aggressive confrontations, are deeply disturbing. A disregard for basic safety, a flaunting of rules, it speaks to a certain lawlessness. The architecture itself, some observe, is jarring. A jarringly modern intrusion upon Bath's renowned beauty. It's as if someone deliberately set out to create something unattractive. And the lack of basic amenities, the consistent complaint of unavailable or inadequate public toilets, it's almost unbelievable. A city famed for its elegance, and you can't find a clean place to relieve yourself. It's a petty cruelty, but it's indicative of a larger indifference to the comfort of visitors. And the fines for smoking. Secretly enforced, traps laid for the unwary, it feels predatory. The feeling is of a place designed to extract money, with little regard for the human experience. Moving on, we find ourselves considering places to eat and drink. And here, the picture doesn't improve. Society Cafe, for instance, projects an air of intellectual pretension, coupled with a distinctly unwelcoming attitude towards those who might actually use the space. It's a coffee shop that seems to resent customers, particularly students who dare to linger over a single beverage. A subtle hostility is conveyed, a sense that your presence is an imposition. They've even removed the ability to purchase refills, a calculated attempt to force turnover. The issues extend beyond mere discomfort. Reports of rude staff, slow service, and a refusal to accommodate reasonable requests are commonplace. Cash is unwelcome, of course, but tips, always gladly accepted. A hypocrisy that feels deeply cynical. Then there's Yak Yeti Yak, a Nepalese restaurant where the disparity in treatment based on ethnicity is frankly appalling. A patron, a person of color, ignored for an hour while white diners are served promptly. It's not just bad service, it's something far more insidious. The food quality itself is also repeatedly called into question. Stale, poorly prepared, a shadow of the authentic cuisine it claims to represent. And the reports of food poisoning, well, that's a risk no one should have to take. It feels like a dark shadow. And finally, we arrive at the Ivy Bath Brasserie